thanks for our survival and our health for today, and always some singing. We made up our own songs, which are known today as Negro spirituals. These songs have survived, and we still sing and love them. And as I sing this one, try to remember this lonely girl taken from her home and brought to this country against her will, introduced to Christianity, and she learned to love the Jesus of the cross, and she worshiped him. Excuse me. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they laid him in that tomb? Were you there when they laid him in that tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in that tomb? Were you there when he rose up from that grave? Were you there when he rose up from the grave? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when he rose up from the grave?
Now, here comes Jimmy Smolarek. We all know that name, don't we?
Yes.
Okay, Jimmy is going to play the accordion for us, and his wife will introduce the songs. Jimmy and
Good afternoon. My name is Linda, and this is my husband, Accordion Jimmy. Aren't I a lucky girl? Jim's retirement gift to me was to the revival of accordion music in our household. The concert went on until 12:30 last night. Aren't I a lucky girl? So, today, Jim is going to be playing you a brief medley of favorite international polka favorites from countries where the accordion is king. The first song is the Helena Polka. If we have any dancers, please feel free to come up and join us, or dance in your seat. It's all good. I give you the Helena Polka. There's more. Our next polka is called the Village Tavern, or you will recognize it as the She's Too Fat for Me polka. And our third polka is from my heritage of Germany, and it is called the Liechtensteiner polka. This polka is played in beer gardens and beer halls across Germany. In other words, it's a drinking song.
My music keeps blowing away.
Our next song is for our Italian friends. We didn't want to leave you out.
All right.
We have the, I'm sure I'm not saying it right, the Solito Lindo, a famous Italian sing-along. So if you know the words, sing along. Our last two songs are dedicated to our parents, Dot and Len, who some of you may have known.
Oh, yeah.
We're passing down the tradition of accordion music to their sons and the inspiration for our family being in ocean resorts for almost 30 years. So, for Dot and Len, in memory, we are going to give you In the Mood and Grandpa Lenny's favorite, the Beer Barrel Polka.
He taught me to play the accordion, but I only know these two songs.
This is the one that he won Dorothy with.
Yeah, I should have brought my
Very good.
Can I just share something, Irene? Okay, this wasn't in the script, but when I was sitting there, I was brought up by my grandparents, and so I was lucky enough to take organ lessons when all the other kids were taking guitar and everything. And I was learned by a guy that did weddings. So I knew all of those songs. So here I was about 11 playing She's Too Fat for You and Beer Barrel Poker, and all these kids are looking at me, and I'd go to school and we had a huge organ. It had the big pedals.
Yeah,
and
we
all
got
that.
one too.
But I got in trouble when I went to school and said, my dad's got a big organ to teach us. Like, But anyway, that made me think of Ray Smith.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a nice touch when he played the last one and that was how he met his wife? That was very nice. It touched me very much. And you're reminiscing. Can I reminisce too? My first daughter, Karen, who is now 56, my husband wanted her to play the accordion in the worst way, and she said, okay. She was only 7, so we had her take lessons, and she became very good at it, very good. And she even played Flight of the Bumblebee. I thought that was pretty good for a 7-year-old. So anyway, then came the second girl, and she decided she didn't want to play the accordion, so she had lessons for the organ, yeah. And the more Karen heard Kathy play, the more she thought she might like to play the organ too. Well, where do you think the organ is now?
In your house.
No, I gave it to Karen because she was really crazy about it, and I said, now I hope you use it. Now that was about 15 years ago. The other day I said, Karen, when do you play the organ? She said, never. And it's a beautiful organ. But that's life, isn't it? Okay, we got another act. Okay, now I got to turn the page. Wait a minute, I got to turn the page. Yeah, it's harder than I thought. Okay, but believe this or not, Glenn Miller is here. Hey, what do you know about that? Yep, Glenn. And I want to tell you a little bit about Glenn. Glenn is the son of Kathleen Miller, who has been here at Ocean Resorts for a long time. Glenn will sing Secret Agent Man. Come on out, Glenn.
A man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number and taking away